Hello, and welcome back to Putting the World to Rights with Hen. And today's subject is Dan Wootton is a twat. Why do I call Dan Wootton a twat, you may ask? Numerous reasons, but let's start off with this one. Sensationalised headlines. Yes, that is correct. As you can see from these headlines that I have selected, just a small percentage of the headlines that Dan Wootton has been involved with. And you can see that he likes to cause a stir. He likes to divide the country and try to cause aggro and argument. And this is one of the reasons why I call Dan Wootton a twat. My next reason for calling Dan Wootton a twat is irresponsible reporting. In 2015, Dan Wootton was the author of an article entitled Hollywood HIV Panic, in which he goes on to describe an A-list celebrity as being HIV positive and passing the virus on, or risking passing the virus on, to many other celebrities. The celebrity in question, yes, was HIV positive, but had a undetectable viral load, which meant he wasn't actually able to pass the virus on. This caused a stir upon the LGBT community and HIV charities, and Dan Wootton was actually dropped as a patron from the LGBT helpline that he had been patron for a short time after this article was published. Now, Dan Wootton is a twat, and it is very possible that he actually blackmailed the actor in question into coming out and declaring his status. Because it wouldn't be the first time Dan Wootton used blackmail, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Let's have a look at this. See, one of the reasons I call Dan Wootton a twat is he isn't afraid to use blackmail, as you can see from this tweet. Now, whether you dislike Meghan and Harry or not is irrelevant. The fact is, Dan Wootton blackmailed them into addressing the nation before they were ready. And it is highly rumoured that Dan Wootton was the reason that Philip Schofield came out as gay when he did. Although Philip said himself he just felt it was the right time, it was rumoured that he was blackmailed into coming out when he did, and that Dan Wootton was the blackmailer. Now I could go on and on for hours about why Dan Wootton is a twat. For example, Dan Wootton is a twat because he produces conflicting articles, like these two regarding Michael Jackson. Or I could say Dan Wootton is a twat because he incites civil disorder, like he does in these articles regarding the superbug. However, the last thing I want to concentrate on regarding Dan Wootton being a twat is how he is a hypocrite. In February 2020, TV presenter Caroline Flack tragically took her own life, and Dan Wootton twisted it so that he could blame social media for her death. He did this through tweets and also on his radio show. He forgot to mention that the newspaper where he was executive editor was very much involved in the demise of Caroline Flack. As you can see, they published several articles regarding her, including one written by Dan Wootton himself. Dan Wootton was supposed to be a friend of Caroline Flack, or that's what he declared. However, when we look at this letter from Caroline Flack's ex-partner, we see that he believed that Dan Wootton was actually using Caroline all along. He talks about how Caroline couldn't go anywhere without the press following her. She couldn't go on holidays, she couldn't go to the shops without them watching her every move, hoping to snap a dodgy photo of her. But he singles out one particular member of the press, and that is Dan Wootton. In his letter, he writes these words: "I'd like to shine a light on one of the main suspects, Dan Wootton. He works for The Sun, ITV and Talk Radio, last time I checked. Dan, you should be ashamed of yourself. Every time you scrutinised, manipulated or betrayed her trust. Every time you got a compromising story of her or one of her loved ones and used it against her, tormenting her and calling her every name under the sun, almost to breaking point. So much so, she felt so helpless and thought it necessary to give you another story on another matter to try and make the other story disappear. You called her names, that makes you a bully. You made her feel ashamed of herself, and this led to her depressed and ultimately to suicide. Dan, you used to go on breakfast TV, and you claimed to be friends with Caroline. I am singling you out because in addition to personally attacking her on several occasions, you've also created a style of showbiz journalism in the UK that is subjecting ordinary people to hurtful and demoralising stories. I get it, you have bosses and shareholders, but how greedy are they when they allow you to put so many people's lives at risk? These celebrities feel the same pain and shame as everybody else. You encouraged public bashing, exaggerated negative public opinion, and you give people the arena to feel like they can say what they want about her, regardless of how much of a risk it poses to someone's mental health. And this alone is why I call Dan Wootton a twat."